Have you ever seen those new jammer rabbits? You know, those white rabbits with the default eyes that just sit there for hours until you get creeped out and leave? Well, I've uncovered the truth about those rabbits, and you might want to rethink having a rabbit friend. It's all started 2 days ago. I was on Animal Jam, of course, and another one of those creepy new jammer rabbits came into Jama Township. I shifted in my seat a bit. I never liked those rabbits, but this one was different. It tried to talk to other animals, but everyone ignored it. I guess they have felt the same way about new jammer rabbits. They really are a bit creepy. So then the rabbit came up to me and said, "Please play with me. I'm lonely." Soon my heart softened for the poor player and I decided to play with it. After all, no one could possibly do me harm for playing a new jammer rabbit, right? "Alright, you new jammer, I'll play with you," I typed with a sigh, wondering why it was always me who got into this kind of stuff. I had to guess that was just my nature. After all, I'd lately seen that non-members were being treated unfairly. The rabbit hopped up and down with glee. "Come with me," it said, then hopped off in the direction of a pondale. I raised an eyebrow, but followed the rabbit there anyways. "Try to catch me," the rabbit squealed happily, bouncing off all over the place. "This rabbit is a hurricane," I thought. "How does it move so fast?" The rabbit continued to bounce off of everything, and sadly, I couldn't catch it once. The rabbit laughed at me. "Too slow. Want to try again?" it asked, and went to Kambara out back. I groaned, yet still followed the rabbit. I wasn't done with it. I still had a few questions to ask it. "Hey, rabbit," I asked. "Nope, gotta catch me." The rabbit ignored all my attempts to try and talk to it, and still evaded my Arctic wolf. I growled in frustration, switched to my eagle, and continued to chase the rabbit. When I finally saw an opening in the rabbit's routine, I lunged and caught the thing. "Now will you answer my questions?" I asked. And when the rabbit turned to look at me, I saw an eagle's talon mark scratch into the rabbit's side, and to my surprise, it was bleeding. "Blood in a kid's game? What?" "Oh, I'm sorry," I typed. The rabbit laughed. "Thanks for playing with me. I'll come for you tomorrow," the rabbit said, then hopped off into a part of the area that didn't even exist. I shrugged. That was unusual. Well, since the rabbit was gone, I could talk to a few of my friends. So while I was doing that, I told her about the new jammer rabbit I'd played with. She looked horrified. "Derp, you can't do that. There's a reason why everyone avoids those new jammer rabbits. Bad things happen if you get on their good side," she told me. I highly doubt I was on its good side. I somehow managed to make it bleed, and on a kid's game, no less. I mumbled, "That's the start of it, you know. You can't play here tomorrow, or you'll be in grave danger. It's going to come for you, Derp," she warned me, but the warning fell on deaf ears. Yeah, I'm sure you're just having a go at me. I'll think about it." The rest of my time on AJ went by in a blur, hanging out with friends and all. We gathered in Epic Wonders and told other stories, and I told of my adventures in fighting the phantoms. So when I logged on the next morning, I wanted it to be like that every day. And yet, my stupidity led to these next events. When I logged on, it was dark. I could barely see my animal, and there was no other animals in the area. It was like the Halloween areas had come early. "What's going on?" I asked myself. Then I heard a hopping sound. I looked to see the same rabbit I had played with yesterday staring at my Arctic wolf. Its eyes looked dead, and they were glazed over. The wound I had given it yesterday was covered in crusty, dried blood, and it looked infected. I almost threw up. "Please play with me. I'm lonely." When it spoke, its voice went deeper, like it was speaking for someone else. I cringed and tried to move my poor wolf, but it was frozen in the spot. As I looked, I could see a dark fog swirling around her. The rabbit laughed. "It's good to know you always play with us," it said, and dark figures were stalking up behind it. I gaped. "We are the clan of the Cursed Animals," one of them spoke. "You've met one of us before, and we've since watched you every day. You'll be ours soon." I met one of them before? Then it hit me. The Eyeless Fox. "He's one of you?" I asked. The rabbit laughed. "We are all one. You may know me as the Lonely Rabbit," it spoke. "Why do you want me? What have I ever done that may interest you in me so much?" I asked, wanting answers. "That information's not for your ears. You will join us. You will help us," the Lonely Rabbit threatened me. I growled. "Not a million years, you thing. Your kind is not welcome in Jamal," I typed furiously. One of the shadowed figures scoffed. "Who gave you the power to speak for the whole of Jamal?" he snarled. "Haven't you forgotten what we told you? We were once regular jammers. We only want what belongs to us." "I don't belong to you. No one does. I won't join you," I hissed. The shadowed figure sighed. "She's all yours this time, Lonely Rabbit. he said, and the other fingers retreated into the cover of the dark area. My wolf was suddenly lifted off the ground and constricted in the dark fog. Looks like you aren't ready in this account either. The Lonely Rabbit sighed, moving his ears like arms to control the black fog. I watched in horror as my wolf was being stretched out to its limit, its paws being pulled in opposite directions. So for now, you're mine. It grinned sickly, making a final pull, and my wolf was ripped apart. My jaw dropped open as blood and insides came raining down on the Lonely Rabbit. The Lonely Rabbit giggled, its sweet, cute voice returning as it hopped over and collected my wolf's heart and brain. Now we can play with each other forever! It squealed with glee, rubbing around in my wolf's blood and making me sick. Then the Animal Jam screen went black and it logged me out. I sat there, jaw hanging open in shock. I shook my head, trying to grasp what had happened. The only thing I could think of was the clan of the Cursed Animals, of the Lonely Rabbit and the Eyeless Fox, and I realized Jamal was at war.